everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's a girl Joy David. With me today I have a very special person. Don't worry, she will soon introduce herself. But before we go on, our topic for today, we will be talking about iron nutrients. We're going to know if your children are getting enough iron nutrients or not. So over to you.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Jolie Felix. I'm a nurse and I'm here with her to talk about iron nutrient. Iron nutrient indeed is a very essential one. It is something you should pay attention to in the nutrient of your children, your diet you give to your children. Iron is responsible for that your child that is looking healthy, that is smart in class, that is active, and you're wondering, you're doing a good job. But if these things I just said are absent, it then means something is lacking, which is iron, and it is important.
Okay, our first question is, please ma'am, how do you identify iron deficiency?
Okay, it's pretty easy to identify a child that is suffering from iron deficiency because the symptoms, or would I say sign, let me use the word sign because it's something you can see for yourself aside what the child is feeling. You will notice that the child gets tired easily. There is little or no interest for play. When other kids are playing, the child is withdrawn to himself, not because he's shy, he's just not enthusiastic about play. He doesn't have the energy, so he doesn't want to play. You notice that child always wants to sleep. You keep waking this child, come on, wake up. He wakes up and he's still sleeping. Not because he didn't sleep over the night, not because of, and he's not even sick, but he's lacking on iron. Another thing you will notice that the child will be pale. That's where we talk about anemia. The child becomes pale, you look at the sclera is white, the child, these nails here is white, you won't see the pink basement, no. The child is pale. When you see a pale child, you know that child is lacking iron. Then it can also go as far as affecting the child's breath. Some children, when it becomes critical, chronic over time, that child becomes asthmatic. It's that bad. You didn't have that child asthmatic at birth, but because the child has been lacking iron, over time the child becomes asthmatic. It also affects the brain. The child will be dull, very slow in assimilating things that are being taught. It can also lead to what we call lead poisoning. Is this substance that with iron in the system, the blood helps to fight, but because this child doesn't have enough red blood cells, enough iron, so there will be accumulation of lead in his bloodstream, and then you start hearing things about lead poisoning. There are things that you would notice, and then you see that your child is suffering deficiency.
Thank you, mom. Our second question is, how much iron is enough for babies?
Okay. Yeah, we have stipulated quantity that you should meet. Like they say, too much of everything is bad, but you should meet up standard. Children from 1 year to 3 years should have 7 milligrams of iron in their diet daily. You should keep to that. And then children older, like 4 years to 8 years, should be 10 milligrams daily. Whatever food you're giving to that child, make sure when you add up the iron content, it meets up the daily amount, which is 7 for 1 to 3 years, 10 for 4 to 8 years. And then let me not bore you with the one for older, since we're talking about babies now.
Next question is, which food are rich in iron?
Okay, we have refined cereals like like your golden morn. You might say it's food you get over the shelf, over the counter. Funny enough, as much as we say we want to go for whole grain, natural ones like your millet and all that, when it comes to iron, these fortified cereals that you buy have this iron more in them than the ones you get naturally. So if you're the one that always go for cereal, keep it up. You are pursuing the iron need for your child. You can also get good quantity of iron in nuts like granules, walnuts, cashew nuts. If you're able to get this nut with legumes like beans and all that, if you're able to get it and then your child is good with taking food that has vitamin C, it will help this child absorb the iron. What I'm trying to say is that, for instance, your child eats beans, eats granite, eats that, and you're able to give this child orange or watermelon, food that has vitamin C. Vitamin C has this way of making you absorb iron into your system. Then we also have vegetables, especially the dark pigmented ones like spinach. Just take note of the dark pigmented one. This cucumber, instead of peeling off that dark part, that's where your iron is hidden. Any vegetable that has dark this thing, that mostly you trace your iron in them, such as even potato that has iron. Go for it. Then meat and fish, but this meat, especially the liver, especially beef, and then the beef, if you have liver, give to your children. You will be sure that you are getting good quantity of iron for the kids.
Wow. Now, when you talk about potato, do you mean the Irish potato or the sweet potato?
The sweet potato, I mean the both, but mostly the sweet potato. Ironically, because I know your mind will always go towards the Irish, but the sweet potato, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Mom. Our next question is, when should you give supplements to babies?
As soon as you notice that the child is deficient on this mineral, this nutrient, you should immediately go for supplement, because these supplements are made such that they will help your child build up on what he or she has been lacking. Especially if you have a picky eater as a child, it can be difficult, it can be challenging, because you give them this, they don't want, or they don't want much, and there's a quantity they should take for you to be sure they've had enough of the iron. So if you have a picky eater, sorry, you may have to go for supplement, and this supplement should be on until this child has recovered what he has been lacking. It can be for as long as 6 months. But the question, to hit it on the nail, you should go for supplement when you notice that your child is easily tired, that your child is sleepy all the time, always sleepy. You notice pallor, like the child is pale. All of those symptoms I told you as a result of deficiency, once you notice 2 or 3 of it, you should go on supplement and go for as long as 6 months. That's when you'll be sure you have met up with the gap.
Wow. Iron nutrients is very, very important for us to look out in our children, in our babies,
and essential.
And it's very essential. Thank you so much, Nurse Jolie, for coming into our channel today. Please, if you find this video useful, drop your comments below and like the video. And if you have any question, drop your question and I will always
answer.
Give her the question and will feed you back. Thank you, and hope we're seeing you.
Sure.
See more of you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Thank you. Bye.